here we are on a Sunday, a beautiful Sunday. I'm coming to you from Pine Lake, Georgia. My name is Elise Witt, and I'm so excited to bring an old friend and I think a new friend for Daily Antidote, a song, the fabulous Malcolm Dalglish, who is in Bloomington, Indiana. Welcome everyone who's coming in from the live stream. Welcome everyone who's coming in from your homes, and those of you who are traveling but still coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you to Carpe Diem Arts for bringing us every single day. And this is day 1260. Can you believe it? Since March of 2020, we have been singing together every single day. Before we get started, though, I want to say hello and welcome to every single person that is here today. Hello, and welcome to Malcolm coming in from Bloomington, Indiana. We can't wait to sing and dance with you. Hello, Aaron, making us look and sound so good, coming in from Brooklyn. Hello, Jojo, so good that you're with us. And coming in from New Hampshire, hello, Kat from Vermont, and Aloysius is very busy working today. Hello, Deli in Maryland, Becky in BC, Judy, hello, coming in from Bloomington also, so good to see you. Hello, Jim, hello, Susan G in Ohio, hello, Julie in Ontario, and Sheila in Florida. Hello, Arlene in Berkeley, and Lynn, Luda, and Mark in Victoria. I gotta take a breath.
That's amazing.
Storm in Massachusetts, Annette in California, Caroline in DC, Jamie in Virginia, Anne in Silver Spring, another Jamie, but this one in Victoria, Sarah in Texas, Kevin joining us from New Hampshire, and Juana La Tejana. I see two curly tops. Hello and welcome. And I see Nancy and her Irish cow. I see Linda rocking in that beautiful rocking chair on Orcas Island. Hello, Jim Harkless in Maryland. So good to have you with us. Hello, Rainbow in Virginia and Busy in Wisconsin. Bronwyn in Victoria. Kay in Texas. Elizabeth in California. Sandy is home again in North Carolina. Bob in Massachusetts, and Hoda in BC. Welcome everyone to the Daily Antidote of Song. Hi everyone, so happy to be here today, and welcome to Malcolm Dalglish coming in from Bloomington, Indiana. Malcolm, so good to have you with us. Tell us what you're going to do and what we can do with you.
Well, I've got this hat here that's full of a lot of words that don't make any sense. So we're going to start off there, and you're going to help me get through this. There'll be blanks when I won't be able to hear you, but I'll be able to feel you through the www world out there. Okay, so this one's called Danville Klude, and it starts off with home wrap. I'll just get you. Home is by your armpit, and rap is louder right on your solar plexus, that sternum. Home, rap, home, rap. Now, if you want to take it home to rap, you just go, take it home, rap. Take it home, rap, take it home, rap, take it home, rap, take it home, rap. Now, you can take that home and work on it, but it goes, take it home, and then two. See the T for take? Take it home to rap. Take it home to rap. Take it home to. I'm going to slow it down. Take it home. Wait. Take it home to rap. Take it home to rap. Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and he had a little cat named Dog. One day he sat sitting there thinking about a thing, and he sat there sitting on a log. When all of a sudden, he said, I'm gonna let another little idea in my head. He scratched his head and he took off his hat, said, I'm gonna get a little dog named. So he got a little dog named. At least you can be the audience if you want.
Okay.
I won't be able to hear you, right?
You'll be able to hear me.
Okay, so he got a little dog named
Cat?
Cause they had a little cat named
Dog?
There's a funny old dude, and he had a little fish named Bird. One day sat sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking what he saw, what he felt, and what he heard. When all of a sudden, he said, I'm gonna let out a little idea in my head. Along come a swoosh, along come a swish, along come a little parakeet named
Bird.
Fish. So he
Fish.
got a little bird name
Fish.
because he had a little fish name.
Bird.
Yes, Danville Klude is a funny little dude, and he had a little mouse named Rat. One day he sat sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about a thing, and he sat and then he spit and then he spat. When all of a sudden, he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He took a jog on a log and a lease on the house, and he said, I'm going to get a little rat name.
Mouse.
So
Mouse.
he got a little rat name
Mouse.
because he had a little mouse name.
Rat.
Oh, damn. Yeah, so you rhyme it. Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and he had a little bear named Lion. One day he sat sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about a thing, and he got him when he wasn't even trying. When all of a sudden he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He thumped his thumbs and he twiddled his hair, and he said, I'm going to get a little lion named
Bear.
So he got a little lion named because
Bear.
he had a little bear named
Lion.
Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and he had a little horse named Cow. One day he sat sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking who, what, when, where, then how. When all of a sudden he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He went through the middle and the middle of the end till he got to the middle of the source. How now there, Cow, I'm going to get you a friend. I'm going to get a little cow named.
Horse.
So he got a little cow named
Horse.
because he had a little horse named.
Cow.
That's really good. Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and he had a little duck named Chick. One day he started sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about a thing, when one of them things went, and all of a sudden he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He went through the mill and the mire and the muck, and he said, I'm going to get a little chick named
Cluck.
Duck.
Yuck.
So he got a little chick named. You're thinking too deep.
Yuck.
So he got a little chick named
Yuck.
because he had a little duck named.
Chick.
Nah, Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and we're going to Australia now on this one. And when I say devil, I mean a Tasmanian devil. So, Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and he had a little devil named Roo. One day he sat sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about a thing, and he wondered what a wallaby would do when all of a sudden, he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He hopped on a hill and he leapt on a level, and he said, I'm going to get a little Roo named
Uh-oh, what am I
Devil.
writing?
Devil. So he got, they call a Tasmanian devil a devil there. So he got a little Roo named Devil
Devil.
because he had a little devil named
Kangaroo. Roo.
Roo. Yeah, Danville Klude is a funny old dude, and he had a little goat named Pig. One day he sat sitting there thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about a thing so much that he flipped his wig. When all of a sudden he said, I'm going to let another little idea in my head. He went to the gig, he did a little jig, he took off his coat, took a vote and made a note, and then he said, I'm going to get a little pig named
Goat.
So we got a little pig named
Goat.
because he had a little goat named,
Pig.
and he got a little Roo named Devil because he had a little devil named, and he got a little chick named Duck because he had a little duck named Chick, and he got a little cow named Horse because he had a little horse named, and he got a little lion named Bear because he had a little bear named, and he got a little rat named Mouse because he had a little mouse named, and he got a little bird named Fish because he had a little fish named Bird, and he got a little dog named because he had a little cat named Dog. Now, Danville Klude walking down the road, looking real crude with a brand new brood, had a funny attitude, walking on a latitude, catitude, ratitude, duck-billed platitude.
Oh my gosh.
So that one, it really depends on just rhyming. Going back to the what is that type of folk song when you go back at the end, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Down,
wow.
down and the down route in the rally, oh, and all that stuff.
For everyone's information, I was not rehearsed on that. So I'm glad you all were right on with it.
You did really well. at least.
I think I'd give me about a C plus.
Well, I sprung that on you.
Um,
And
so,
now,
so everyone, that is not the song Malcolm's sharing with us. That was just our warm up.
that was a warm up.
All right,
So
Malcolm, lay on the next one.
this one now is based on, it's called Flouncy Hat. And this is my flouncy hat that I've got. It's kind of flouncy. And it's based on the 400-year-old English folk song called Froggy Went a Courtin'. And now just everybody, but from Bob Dylan to Pete Seeger, everybody did a Froggy Went a Courtin', including my mom. And hers went, a foggy went a wooing ride, chemo, chemo, Cairo. Chemo, chemo, London, chemo, 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 Cairo. Strim, strim, pama, did a lot about a rig dam, you better chemo. And so I learned that from her and made a choral version of it. But recently I wanted to make a spoken, more storied version. Basically all the stories have, a wedding with a frog and a mouse, creatures arrive, a good time is in the making, and either the bride or the groom or both are eaten, and that's that. So I wanted a happier outcome. And so in this version, the heroic seamstress, old Miss Rat from Pumpkin Town, arrives in a flouncy hat with her fiddle to save the day. And despite the mention of numerous critters and their byproducts, particularly the traditional horsehair fiddle bow and the catgut string on a fiddle, there were no animals that were harmed in this production. So let's get started. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you some of the body percussion that goes into this. And there's a chorus, and it goes boom shooka racka boom bop bracka doop bop a doop boom bop. And I just want to make it clear that you don't need to learn that whole chorus. And so people on the west part of this place in Indiana where I am, you can do the first part. That's easy. Boom shooka racka boom bop. You start off with you go boom and then two shooka rackas. So let's get the mouth music first. Boom shooka racka, and then go back to boom. So there's a boom on bookending two shooka rackas. Boom shooka racka, boom, and then put a bop on the end. Ready? And boom shooka racka, boom bop. Say boom shooka racka, boom bop. Boom shooka racka, boom bop. Now the next part goes bracka doop bop doom boom bop. So we have here, and if I could have my whole screen, that would be great, so I can see if you see it. Okay, bracka doop bop doom boom bop. This is getting hot. Bracka doop bop doom boom bop. And so that's a roll, sort of what I would call just a leg roll. 1, 2, 3, brack. And the rack comes down here. So 1, 2, 3, brack, boom, bop. And so you have two kadupas, brack, kadupa, or 1, 2, 3. And then you do another one that is a thigh, chest, thigh, brack, boom, bop. So there's two of those. So a roll, brack, boom, and then the bop. I'll show you how to do that. Make your mouth really big and close your lips. Put your upper lip out a little bit and your lower lip in. And take your fingers, put the fingers together and close that aperture completely with the fingers tight. Don't go on top of the nose because that'll get old real quick. And you go. And if you lower your tongue in the back of your mouth, you get a deeper sound.
And then if you put your tongue really up high into the top of your mouth, you get a really snappy tongue.
And so you go. That's not in the song, but it's kind of cool. Anyway. Now, I have not been practicing that because if I did, I'd be slapping myself silly. So But it just, if you got braces too, be careful. Be careful. Don't hurt yourself. All right. So let's do this from the beginning, that real slow. Boom. 2 swats to the legs. Boom. Shaka-raka, shaka-raka, boom. Bop. Boom. And then braka-doo-ba-ba-doo, boom. Boom. Shaka-raka, shaka-raka, boom. Bop. Boom, shaka-raka, shaka-raka, boom, bop. And then there's another place in here where you're going to be asked to do a response from a call and response. And it's in frog. And it's Uncle Rat pretending to be a frog. And he goes, let's see. Diddly-dap umpada ba-da-da-ba-ba-doo. Diddly-dap umpada ba-da-da-ba-ba-doo. Let's start in the middle with the umpada. Umpada. Say umpada. Umpada. Diaphragm. Umpada. Now let's put a diddly-dap on the front of that. Diddly-dap umpada. Diddly-dap umpada. Diddly-dap umpada. Umpada. Diaphragm. Yeah. Diddly-dap umpada. Now this is frog right here. What I'm going to do now is, it's not in any human language. It's ba-da-da. Let me see the full screen. So I'm seeing Elise, but let me see my full screen over my face. Okay. Ba-da-da, 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 bop-a-doo. Bop-a-doo is easy. Say bop-a-doo, bop-a-doo. That's where we're going. Okay. Ba-da-da, bop-a-doo. Ba-da-da, bop-a-doo, ba-da-da, bop-a-doo. If a frog's sitting there just on the edge of the pond and there's a fly, he goes, ba-da-da, bop-a-doo. And that fly's gone. Just like that. Ba-da-da, bop-a-doo, ba-da-da, bop-a-doo. So I figured if there's a frog in here, we got to have that ba-da-da, bop-a-doo. So, diddly-dap-a-umpa-da, ba-da-da, bop-a-doo. We're going to get to that. All right. Let's start with the beginning, because that is a very good place to start, from Julie Andrews and the Sound of Music. And,
Let's go for it.
And I'm going to get this multiple Malcolms, because there's a fiddle and a piano at the end of this piece. And here we go.
Excellent.
Let's see. Okay. Smoking and a courting on a room and ride. He met Miss Mouse about the waterside. The two were in love, plain to see. He asked Miss Mouse, won't you marry me? She said yes. That was with a blessing from her Uncle Matt. Make room, sugar-rack, sugar-rack. Went out to write up the wedding vows, the who's and the what's and the when, where, how's, like who's gonna sew up the wedding gown? Old Miss Rat from Pumpkin Town. Where will the wedding breakfast be? Way down yonder in a holler tree. What's gonna be on the buffet tray? The blintz and shafafa and the oolele. Who's gonna be on the wedding list? 'Cause everybody's gonna wanna come to this. Make room, sugar-rack, sugar-rack, boom. On the wind blew miles around. You could bet that everybody showed up to get down. Make room, sugar-rack, sugar-rack, boom, bop, most come in was a little doodle rug bug. Happy goes honey from a little brown jug mug. Next come in was a bee with a man when he drummed on the fiddle dee dee. Make room, sugar-rack,
Not in a hat and a flying a flea, busy buzzing and a bumping with the bumblebee.
bopping in on the dance, come a gang of fans with a hip hop, a doo wop, a hopping up a wall with an antennae, Annie, and a mandible jaw. Make room, sugar-rack, sugar-rack, a boom, bop, ba-da-rack, a doo bop. Honey and the sun is sticky and gooey. Do we like the honey, money?
Oh yeah, do we?
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Ooh, goopy, goopy, goo. We love the honey runner. Oh yeah, yeah, we do. Make room, sugar-rack, a boom, bop, ba-da-rack, a doo bop, a doo boom bop. Dog on the bass and a badger on the bones. Bear with the grandeur, growls and moans. Silly Uncle Rat said, repeat after me. Ollie, 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 I'm come free. Ollie, 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 I'm come free. What you wanna do? What you want, what you want, what you want to do? Diddly da ba oop da ba da ba ba doo. Diddly da ba oop da ba da ba ba doo. Make room, chugga ragga boom. Stuck in the middle was a Guernsey cow. She wanted to dance, but she didn't know how. She went. It didn't go well, so we kept her happy hoofing on the old cowbell. Make room, chugga ragga. Next come in was a big old snake, slimed all over that cake. Surprise attack! A big tomcat swallowed the mouse and growled at the rat. Oh no, 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 cried the puggy old crow. Hey, yi, cried the old blue fly. And he swallowed her whole, yelled Mr. Mo. And licked his chops, said Mr. Fox, make room, sugar, now old Miss Rat from Pumpkin Town spun around quick, dug her heel in the ground with a finger on a fiddle and a flouncy hat. She dragged the tail of a horse on the belly of a cat. Cat went scat, never seen again. Boom, sugar rack, boom, bop. High tail on the mountain and around the bend. Sugar rack, a doo pop, a doo pop. Ran along the river till he came to the shore. Boom, sugar rack, boom, bop. And he took along now with a big, long snore. Cut old Miss Rat with a snip, snip, snip. Pulled out Miss Mouse and sewed up Tom. Boom, sugar rock, then she bowed on the fiddle with a fiddling song. Boom, sugar rock, boom, bop, rack-a-doo-bop, doo-doo-bop. Now the cat slumped off through the big old frown. Boom, sugar rock, boom, bop. And the mouse skipped on in her wedding gown. Froggy hooked up with joy and laughter. Boom, sugar rock, and they all lived skiddy dappa hoppy ever after. Skiddy dappa dappa double hoppy ever after. Rack-a-doo pop a doo doo wow. Hold it.
Oh my goodness.
So that's a story, isn't it?
Woo!
Ending.
Little did we know we were going to get so much exercise and so much animation this morning. Thank you, Malcolm. Oh my
That's going to be
goodness.
my aerobic unit.
Definitely. Yeah. You just gave me a lot of good ideas for my students to make up some beautiful body percussion for some stuff. It's so much fun.
It is. And boy, I just saw Evie Layden, and you know her and Keith, and he worked at our camp too and taught us some stuff. And yeah, they've got worldwide. They speak body percussion in every single language.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
It's,
Yes. Yes.
but
It was
it's
amazing. It was an amazing experience to go to Ulation Camp with you in Yosemite Park years ago. And I got to bring one of my students who's now a graduate, about to graduate from graduate school in
uh-huh.
education. And we're just keeping our fingers crossed that maybe she'll come and teach at our school. So yeah, that's sad.
That is
Um,
great.
do you know we're almost out of time, but I want folks to know about some things that you've been up to. Uh,
Okay.
you've been spending so much time in Australia. Tell us about what's going on there.
Well, there's this incredible Meister, conductor, organizer. He does everything from um, conducting orchestras and these choirs and teaching the kids to read music to putting together these incredible tours where you really go into the culture. We were in the Maori culture when we went to New Zealand, and and it was just really an amazing thing, and he makes it so much fun. His name is Mark O'Leary. You should Google his name and see his choirs. They grew up singing a lot of my music, as well as a lot of other people's music, and they just have this energy that's so exciting. And when they left the choir, which was kind of girls 18 and guys, when their voices changed, uh, that ended, that episode of their life ended a long time ago, and they kept on singing. And so here you now have 20 something, 30 somethings who are singing and directing and in bands and choirs and in research and science and doing all kinds of exciting things in the world. But they have this 120 voice community choir with singers that age, and they just have such artistry and love of doing it because of Mark O'Leary. And I'm going to be going there again in January to record a lot of unrecorded songs that I haven't done. Um,
Wow.
I've got a batch of them that I'm working on right now to get them ready, and I'm going to bring an engineer from here, Dave Weber, who's works with Airtime Studios. He's founded Airtime Studios, and he's going to come over there, and we're going to get tracks and bring them back here and make a recording that it's going to be a studio recording, which is something that they haven't done before over there in Australia. Most of their recordings are performances. So
Mhm.
this is going to be like a studio recording where we're just going to use the voices and their imaginations and the words that I've written. And a lot of it is going to be Wendell Berry-like poetry, and a lot of it will be my writing. And I'm really sort of putting it together right now, and I'm trying to follow where it wants to go, and just the ideas of it and what theme it might produce. So.
Yeah, it's so beautiful how music and then words kind of lead us down paths that maybe weren't what we were imagining at the beginning. We need
Right.
to have you back when that's happening, and so we
Sure.
can hear what's up. Yeah, that would be incredible. Actually,
Yeah.
maybe we need to have you while you're in Australia. Oh my goodness, we'll
That
see.
would be amazing to have a little thing with to hear them. But it's going to be he runs an Airbnb up in the mountains, and the amount of people that are going to be coming to record will be like 2 to 5 people at a time, because getting the whole 120 together in that Airbnb that he runs up there in the mountains wouldn't work. So but we're going to be doing a tour in April, that's a separate thing. So we should do something when we just can get a thing
Well,
going.
keep it in mind. I know that you've known Joe for a long, long time. When she used to work in the schools in Virginia, she toured you around with Miss Mousy, I believe. What was that,
But not
1920?
Miss Mousy. I think the Danville Klude and What You Want to Do and some of those pieces, the Miss Mousy body percussion thing is actually, that was probably the second time I've done it solo. And
Wow.
It's I've been it was written for a Virginia children's choir, with Corbin Pinto, the director, and they did an amazing job with it. So I had to write out all those mouth music, mouth percussion words, and that's an interesting conundrum because um, I like the blend of mouth music and language, and I like to, as you may have heard some other pieces that I've done in my Wild Wild Word show. I like to play with synthetic words where you take words apart and put them back together so that they just only mean how they sound, onomatopoetic stuff.
Mm,
So
mm, mm, mm.
it's
So
it's fun.
beautiful. All right. Well, I think it's time for folks to get on with their Sunday world. So maybe we could just end with the body percussion of the boom shakalaka.
Boom
Mm-mm-mm.
shakaraka, boom shakaraka, shukaraka, like you shukaraka peaches or
Sure.
shukaraka apples. So it goes. I'll just give a little review on that. Boom shukaraka, shukaraka, boom bop. I'll do that over. Boom shukaraka, shukaraka, boom bop. Boom. So it starts with two swats. And Boom, shooka racka, boom bop. And the last boom bop is a boom bop, like that. So if you can remember that. And then the brack is a 4-step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brack, and the padoop boop bop is kadoo, brack, kadoo, ba, kadoo, brack, kadoo, ba. And there's two kind of thigh, chest, thighs. Brack, there, thigh. Brack, thigh, chest, thigh. Thigh, chest, thigh. Bop. Brack, kadoo, bop. There you go. And you really need to do it 7 times for 7 years to get it. No, you do it 7
Well,
times. Don't say, I can't do this. Never
oh,
do
no,
that.
no, no. This
So,
is I have to sleep on it. That's what I always tell my students. No
yes,
matter
the
what
body
we're
will
learning,
learn when you're not working on it. So
yeah,
don't
sleep
work on
on
it
it
too
and
hard.
let those
You can hurt yourself.
deeper waves.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Malcolm. I think that everyone is going to be doing a lot of dancing today and tomorrow when they wake back up with a boom shakalaka. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, everyone coming in on the live stream. Let's wave goodbye to them on day 1260. And let me say farewell and thanks to everyone here. Thank you, Aaron. Woo-hoo, I need to warm up my little voice. Thank you, Aaron, for making us look and sound so good. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, and Dally in Maryland, Becky in BC, and Judy. I hope to see you sometime when you're coming through Atlanta. Thank you, Susan G. Back here, I have a Susan G masterpiece on my wall. Thank you, Sheila in Florida, Arlene in Berkeley, and Ed in California, Caroline in DC, and Jamie in Victoria. Thank you, Sarah in Texas, and the beautiful 2 younger curly tops, I believe. Well, half and half. Yes, hello. And thank you, Martha and Fran in DC, and Jane and Busy. Busy wants to bring you back to the DC area. I'm sure she'll be talking with you. Thank you, Mabel and Bob and the Bears. Ruth and Clive in Porto, Italia. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Deborah in Kentucky. I can see you are still together. That is so exciting. Are you coming to Atlanta? Jamie in Virginia, Anne in Silver Spring, Fred in Silver Spring too, and Rainbow Lone Star in Virginia. Juana La Tejana, where did you go? Oh my goodness, there you are. Hello, Juana. Thank you, Storm has a frog, and Kevin in New Hampshire. Thank you, Nancy and your Irish cow, Jim and Kat in Vermont, and Sandy E. home again in North Carolina, LMG in Caroline, and Hoda in BC. Thank you again, Malcolm, so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Elise. Thank you.